just an off-the-cuff live. Not sure how many people's going to join, but just doing a few little tasks in the room. So my first one is just to mist the spiders, just to literally give them a little misting to keep the humidity up in there, especially for the younger ones if they're molting. My favourite, the Bahamas, she doesn't like the water, straight back into the nest. So that's the first bit we're going to do, and then I'm going to just move the camera around a bit. Just shut the door there. And first thing I'm doing is just giving the frogs a bit of a spray down. So I'm looking to invest in an automatic misting system, but need to get the pennies. To invest in that. So that would be my first tank. And then these guys are pretty greedy. They have been fed recently. Let's see if anyone's on. No, I've been fed recently, and I'm not going to give them a massive amount of food, but I am going to give them a bit of food. Still a couple in there that need to come out. And these are very brave, so I have to be a bit sort of super cautious with those. Let me get that reflection out right. You'll get the reflection from the spider lights, but I can turn those up as well. So, it's not those up. And then you'll get a better view of that. So hi, whoever's joined. So you just caught me in the middle of doing a couple of bits. There's not a massive amount to do in here yet, and not all of the lights are on, but just give these frogs a little bit of a feed. I'm sort of just going through some of my daily tasks, and I mentioned earlier that I've just currently misted this terrarium. I manually mist it with a pump up sprayer. But I'm looking at some point to invest in an automated misting system, just to try and save me a bit of time. That will do both terrariums actually. Just quickly spin onto the other one while we're doing that. So these don't get fed. These don't get fed every day. A couple of 3 times a week. Let's just miss this one. So I don't mist a lot. Once the plant's growing, the humidity seems to stay up there. So I don't miss massively anyway. Love these guys, absolutely brilliant. Oh, sorry. There you go, that's a better view. So if you joined at the beginning, I was just sort of spraying the spiders and doing stuff with the spiders, but it's let's turn this round a bit. But my not all my lights come on at the same time to save a bit of energy more than anything. But I have got a light over this little breeder box at the moment, so let's knock that off. So the two frog terrariums are on lights that ramp up with timers, and then the so are these two tanks to your right. So those two, and then the rest of that rack and the rack below the frogs are all on sort of a plug timer. But I think that rack comes on at 10 a.m. and the other one comes on at 11 a.m. and and then the other one goes off at 9 and the other one goes off at 10. So everything sort of the racks run for 11 hours of light just to produce the algae and the green wall really. But I haven't got a lot to do in here today. I've literally needed to sort of feed one lot of the frogs, miss the frogs, spray the spiders down, and that is it. It's Wednesday actually, so at some point today I'll use a probiotic, or I think it's enzyme week on these other things, but I use a probiotic. Let's see if I can find it. So not all my tanks have got shrimp in, but I use a probiotic. I'll put that in once a week really. I'll do it. It's doesn't matter if I do it today or this morning or later. But literally about half of one of these little micro spoons. Bloody hell, some nuts in here today. So much easier since the train's in. And I've got nothing in this end tank that's part, I don't know if you guys can actually hear me. The end tank's part of the vlog that I've done. So just resetting and moving stuff. So again, end tank there's empty. This one has the stuff that was in here moved down. This is my mix tank that's been moved from there to there. And these are my German pintos, German spotted head pintos. So I'll do the other ones when the lights come on. This tank's empty. This is a Neo tank with some new Neos in there, and then I've got 4 tanks over there and 2 tanks here. So I'll just leave that probiotic out until I come in later. I never work out how to do messages on here. Oh, there you go. So I'm not going to feed because I've fed everything this week. Well, I fed everything yesterday. Let's just move this around a bit for you guys. But for the purposes of the stream, these guys are late for England, but I may drop something in here for you guys, just so you guys get to see a bit of action. What am I feeding? What am I feeding? What am I feeding? I don't want to feed that. I fed that yesterday. Let's feed that. I did select a few shrimp out here and put them into a breeder box style thing. So this box here just clips on the side. But I selected 3 females out, and every one of them was buried. So I want to use them for a breeding project, but they've ended up having to go back in. So this tank's on SL Aqua soil. These are my massive colony of galaxies that I need to sort of start thinning out really. There's some really nice and some not so nice in there. Need to thin them out a little bit. I think this is the tank I always put them on. It's probably the most in fact, there is another tank that's also on SL Aqua that's got some beautiful shrimp in but needs work, which is why I'm currently going through. I'm moving stuff around, resetting tanks, getting stuff where I need it. Got a colony that's going. Need to thin out other colonies into mixed tanks, and so on, or give away some more mixed. Thanks, DJ. Hope you're well. So not all my lights are on in the shrimp room. And these haven't fully come on yet. So I've got over these to get this green wall, which I need really. To get this green wall, I use 2 products. I use something called dead shrimp powder and plenty of light, but once the algae gets too much that the shrimp aren't eating the algae, the second light will be taken off. But Hyga light, that is one of the are they both Hyga? I think one's a Hyga, one's a night crew, but I find that the blue light in the night crew creates blackbeard algae. That's wicked. My stream elements is working then. Oh, here we go, we've got light. You might have seen the light come on. So we've got light. I'll go around and while you guys are enjoying those shrimp, I don't have a microphone on today deliberately, but while you guys are enjoying those shrimp, I'm going to finish doing my probiotics, dosing my probiotics, which I do once a fortnight, midweek. And then the alternating fortnight I use an enzyme, I use a bioenzyme, which just helps with the whole tank health really. But yeah, this probiotic I really rate. It's from a company called Qualdra. So 2 tanks left to do, 3 actually. So I don't know if you caught the start of the stream. A very start, make it public anyway, at the very start of the stream, I literally put it on for a few minutes, did what you did, DJ, just sort of to say hi really, and first thing I do every day is the jumping spiders get misted, just a quick spritz just to keep the humidity up in their enclosures, especially for the younger ones because they need the humidity to molt, so that they get a good misting anyway. I probably over mist to be honest, and then we sprayed the frogs. I am trying to sort out a misting system at some point for those. Fed one lot of the frogs lightly because they'd eat all day long, misted the others, they got fed yesterday, and that's pretty much everything I do in the room. I do water changes at weekends, and I'll do, so I sort of do it across 3 days, it doesn't take long, sometimes 2 days. So my left rack has got 12 tanks on, literally take 10% out of each, connect it to a bucket of already mineralized water, connect the whole rack to that, which is on float valves, turn the switch on, just forget about it. Then I fill the bin up, pump water in from outside from the RO storage into the bin, remineralize that again, leave that overnight, and then repeat that process on the middle and end rack, apart from 2 tanks. And then once that's done, I'll fill up a 25 litre bin that I use temporarily, my 80 litre bin for the following week, and remineralise with the different salts to do my neocaridina tanks. I've got 3 actually, but one of them's not connected to a system, but all of them are sort of on float valves, and you know, I can plug into the neocaridina system, I can plug into the caridina system, and just sort of get on with it. I did have a small problem because these tanks that you're watching, these ones, they're quite low. I think they're 25 centimeters tall. The float valve's sort of quite tight, and if the front lid is all the way back, so I've got sliding lids on these, if the front lid is all the way back, the float valve doesn't go to its highest point and they flood. So I have had floods in here in the past, but lessons learned and all that. Let's move that over a bit. Did you get your coffee, DJ? Let's move this over onto my crystals. So these aren't being fed, but so the white stuff you can see on the ground is snowflake. It's soya husk, milled soya husk, and shrimp will eat it, but it doesn't pollute the water, so you can leave it in there. And when I've got lots of young babies like I have in here, it's always good to put constant food source in for them. I mean, there's algae walls in here as well, as you can probably see, and there is algae on the well, the glass needs cleaning, but there's algae on the substrates as well. These are pure red line crystals. I don't know if that one's cleaning its butt or it's trying to molt. It'd be lovely to get a molt live on a live stream. I think it's cleaning its butt. Usually bends its head if they're going to molt. I've never caught one on camera. Be lovely to catch a second cup of coffee. It'd be lovely to catch a molt on live. But okay, yeah, good. So as I said at the start, short live. Just come in to do a couple of bits. I've been testing a tank that's due to go out in a video. I've done a bit of escaped neocaridina tank. Well, it is escaped neocaridina tank, but the soil that I use leaches ammonia quite heavily, and I use a product called Shrimp's Affair Setup Powder, or alternatively known as Tai Cheng Dead Shrimp Powder, and I should be able to. I've got nitrite, so another few days, and we should have that whole process cycled in about 10 days. But cycled, there's cycled, and then there's cycled, you know. So I mean, the shrimp will be fine in it, but I prefer a more mature tank for shrimp. But thanks everyone that come on anyway. So I'm going to sort of end it there. I might drop you over to one more shrimp type before we finish, just for you guys to have a bit of a nose at. And that is, so these are tangerine tigers, so they're another neocaridina. But I'll take you over to these guys. I'll zoom out a bit actually. So these are called dragon bloods. Let's zoom out a bit. Well, actually, let's zoom in. They're actually iridescent. So if you catch them in the right light, the shell is proper iridescent, almost like an oil slick. But these are just in a small 25 litre. There is a red dragon as well. These are called dragon bloods, and there's a red dragon or red scorpion, which is another variant of those. If you guys can bear with me, I'm going to put you on a different tank. I just need to alter the tripod a bit, and the glass is a bit dirty on the tank that I'm taking you to. So just bear with me a second. I need to go down a bit more than that. Probably feed these as well, to be fair. Let's get a bit of food from them. Let's see if I can get the food right in the sweet spot for you guys. shame we couldn't play music in the background, because I'd love to put a sound. I'd love to just put a live on shrimp and a soundtrack. But copyright and all that. Okay, cool. I'm going to end that there, guys. Thanks for joining. Short one, but until next time. Bye bye.